story time, I like to sing a song called If You'd Like to Read a Book. This is how it goes. It goes, if you'd like to read a book, clap your hands. If you'd like to read a book, clap your hands. If you'd like to read a book, listen up and take a look. If you'd like to read a book, clap your hands. If you'd like to read a book, stomp your feet. If you'd like to read a book, stomp your feet. If you'd like to read a book, listen up and take a look. If you'd like to read a book, stomp your feet. If you'd like to read a book, say shh. If you'd like to read a book, say shh. If you'd like to read a book, listen up and take a look. If you'd like to read a book, say shh. Welcome back to 1, 2, 3 Read. This week we're going to do fairy tales. We're going to read some fairy tales and folk tales. And do you know what letter the word fairy tale and folk tale start with? It makes the f sound, f. Do you know what letter that is? That's right, it's the letter F. So there's our letter for today, the letter F. Can you think of any other words that start with the letter F? Let's think of some. There's a little animal, it's green, it hops, it says ribbit. Do you know what that animal is? It's a frog, good, it's a frog. Let's see, let's think of any other words that start with F that make the F sound. We have frog. What is on the bottom of your legs and you have toes? You use them to walk. What are those called? Those are feet. Those are your feet. Let's think of one more thing that starts with F. Makes the F sound. What are these called right here? On your hands you have fingers, right? So that's the letter F, and we're going to read some stories today about fairy tales and folk tales. Before we read our first book, I like to sing a song called Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. So you put your arms up like this, and it goes, zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you'd like to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! The Three Bears by Paul Galdon. Once upon a time, there were 3 bears who lived together in a house of their own in the woods. One of them was a little wee bear. One was a middle-sized bear, and the other was a great big bear. They each had a bowl for their porridge. The little wee bear had a little wee bowl, the middle-sized bear had a middle-sized bowl, and the great big bear had a great big bowl. They each had a chair to sit in. The little wee bear had a little wee chair, the middle-sized bear had a middle-sized chair, and the great big bear had a great big chair. And they each had a bed to sleep in. The little wee bear had a little wee bed, the middle-sized bear had a middle-sized bed, and the great big bear had a great big bed. One morning, the 3 bears made porridge for breakfast and poured it into their bowls. But it was too hot to eat, so they decided to go for a walk in the woods until it cooled. While the 3 bears were walking, a little girl named Goldilocks came to their house. First, she looked in at the window, and then she peeked through the keyhole. Of course, there was nobody inside. Goldilocks turned the handle of the door. The door was not locked because the 3 bears were trusting bears. They did no one any harm and never thought anyone would harm them. So Goldilocks opened the door and went right in. There was the porridge on the table. It smelled very, very good. Goldilocks didn't stop to think whose porridge it was. She went straight to it. First, she tasted the porridge of the great big bear, but it was too hot. Then she tasted the porridge of the middle-sized bear, but it was too cold. Then she tasted the porridge of the little wee bear. It was neither too hot nor too cold, but just right. Goldilocks liked it so much that she ate it all up. Then Goldilocks went into the parlor to see what else she could find. There were the 3 chairs. First, she sat down in the chair of the great big bear, but it was too hard. Then she sat down in the chair of the middle-sized bear, but it was too soft. Then she sat down in the chair of the little wee bear. It was neither too hard nor too soft, but just right. Goldilocks liked it so much that she rocked and rocked until the bottom of the chair fell out. Down she went, plump, onto the floor. Goldilocks went into the bedroom where the 3 bears slept. First she lay down upon the bed of the great big bear, but it was too high at the head for her. Then she lay down upon the bed of the middle-sized bear, but it was too high at the foot for her. Then she lay down upon the bed of the little wee bear. It was neither too high at the head nor too high at the foot, but just right. Goldilocks liked it so much that she covered herself up and fell fast asleep. By this time, the 3 bears thought their porridge would be cool enough, so they came home for breakfast. Goldilocks had left the spoon of the great big bear in his porridge bowl. He noticed it first thing. "Somebody has been tasting my porridge," said the great big bear in his great big voice. Goldilocks had left the spoon of the middle-sized bear in her porridge bowl too. "Somebody has been tasting my porridge," said the middle-sized bear in her middle-sized voice. Then the little wee bear looked at his bowl. "Somebody has been tasting my porridge and has eaten it all up," cried the little wee bear in his little wee voice. The 3 bears went into the parlor. Goldilocks had left the cushion crooked in the chair of the great big bear. He noticed it first thing. "Somebody has been sitting in my chair," said the great big bear in his great big voice. Goldilocks had squashed down the cushion in the chair of the middle-sized bear. "Somebody has been sitting in my chair," said the middle-sized bear in her middle-sized voice. Then the little wee bear looked at his chair. "Somebody has been sitting in my chair and had sat right through it," cried the little wee bear in his little wee voice. The 3 bears went into the bedroom. Goldilocks had pulled the pillow of the great big bear out of place. He noticed it first thing. "Somebody has been lying in my bed," said the great big bear in his great big voice. Goldilocks had pulled the blanket of the middle-sized bear out of place. "Somebody has been lying in my bed," said the middle-sized bear in her middle-sized voice. Then the little wee bear looked at his bed. "Somebody has been lying in my bed, and here she is," cried the little wee bear in his little wee voice. This woke Goldilocks up at once. There were the 3 bears all staring at her. Goldilocks was so frightened that she tumbled out of bed and ran to the open window. Out she jumped. And she ran away as fast as she could, never looking behind her. No one knows what happened to Goldilocks after that. As for the 3 bears, they never saw her again. And that's the end of the 3 bears. Let's do a little action rhyme called "When Goldilocks Crept Through the House of the Bears." This is how it goes. When Goldilocks crept through the house of the bears, oh, what did her blue eyes see? A bowl that was big, a bowl that was small, and a bowl that was teeny, and that was all. She counted them 1, 2, 3. When Goldilocks crept through the house of the bears, oh, what did her blue eyes see? A chair that was big, a chair that was small, a chair that was teeny, and that was all. She counted them 1, 2, 3. When Goldilocks crept through the house of the bears, oh, what did her blue eyes see? A bear that was big, a bear that was small, a bear that was teeny, and that was all. Who snarled at her 1, 2, 3. let's play the game teddy bear, are you under there? So we have our teddy bear here and we're gonna hide him under a bed. We're gonna have to see if you can guess which bed he's hiding under. So close your eyes and let me see if I can hide him. Okay, open your eyes. Let's see, teddy bear, are you under here? Let's check. No, no teddy bear. Let's see, teddy bear, are you under, let's see, should we try this one? Here? No, not there. Let's see, teddy bear, are you under here? Let's check. No, not there. Teddy bear, are you under here? No, not there. Teddy bear, are you under here? Let's look. There he is, there's the teddy bear. So let's try it again. We'll put our teddy bear back, put our bed back, close your eyes. I'm gonna hide him. Okay, ready? Open your eyes. Teddy bear, are you under here? Let's check. Nope, not there. Teddy bear, are you under here? Let's try. Not there. Teddy bear, are you under here? There he is. There's the teddy bear. Okay, let's try it one more time. Close your eyes. See. Teddy bear, are you under here? No. Teddy bear, are you under here? No. Teddy bear, are you under, how about here? No. Teddy bear, are you under here? No. Teddy bear, are you under here? Oh boy, that means teddy bear must be under there. There he is. Before our second story, I like to sing a song called Open, Shut Them. And here's how it goes. You put your fist up like this, and it goes, open, shut them, give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them, lay them in your lap, lap, lap. Creep them, crawl them, right up to your chin, chin, chin. Open up your wide mouth, but do not let them in. The Three Little Pigs by Emily Bolam. Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs. They lived with their mother in a small, cozy house. One day, Mother Pig said to them, "You 3 are almost grown up. It's time for you to go and find out about the world and build homes of your own." So the 3 little pigs packed their bags, said goodbye to their mother, and set off to explore the world. They hadn't gone far when they met a man who was carrying a bundle of straw. "Please," said the first little pig, "may I have some of that straw? I would like to use it to build a house of my own." "Of course," said the man, and he gave the first little pig a small bundle of straw. The first little pig took the straw and began to build himself a house. His brother and sister went on their way. After a while, they saw a man who was carrying a large bundle of sticks on his back. "Excuse me," said the second little pig. "Could I use some of those sticks to build myself a house?" "Certainly," said the man, and he gave the second little pig a pile of sticks. The second little pig took the sticks and he got to work building himself a house. His sister said goodbye and continued on her journey. She walked and walked until she saw a man with a big pile of bricks. They looked like just the thing to build for building a house, she thought, and she asked the man if he could spare a few. "Yes, of course," replied the man, and he gave the third little pig some of his bricks. Just about that time, the first little pig finished building his house of straw. What a fine house, he thought, feeling very pleased with himself. But just at that moment, who should come along but a big bad wolf? The first little pig ran into his house and shut the door. "Little pig," cried the wolf from outside, "little pig, let me come in." "Not by the hairs on my chinny chin chin," replied the first little pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," cried the big bad wolf. Then the big bad wolf huffed and puffed, and the house of straw was blown to pieces. "I'm going to eat you up," cried the wolf, but the first little pig ran away as fast as he could. He ran and ran until he reached his brother's house of sticks. The two little pigs hurried inside and slammed the door. Soon the big bad wolf reached the house of sticks. "Little pig," he said, knocking on the door. "Little pig, let me come in." "Not by the hairs on my chinny chin chin," replied the second little pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," cried the big bad wolf. The big bad wolf huffed and then he puffed, and the house of sticks was blown to pieces. "I'm going to eat you both for dinner," cried the big bad wolf. But the little pigs were too fast for him. They ran and ran until they reached their sister's house of bricks. Then all three little pigs dashed inside and closed the door. By now the big bad wolf was feeling very hungry. He ran up to the house of bricks and cried, little pig, let me come in." "Not by the hairs on my chinny chin chin," replied the third little pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," cried the big bad wolf. The big bad wolf huffed and puffed, and then he huffed and puffed, but nothing happened. He took a great big breath and tried again, but no matter how hard he blew, the house of bricks did not fall down. Still, the big bad wolf did not give up. Quickly he clambered up to the roof of the house of bricks and began to climb down the chimney. But just at that moment, the three little pigs took the lid off their dinner. When Big Bad Wolf reached the bottom of the chimney, he landed in a pot of soup and burned his bottom. As quick as a flash, the Big Bad Wolf jumped out of the pot and ran away as fast as he could. The Big Bad Wolf never came back again, and the three little pigs lived happily ever after in their sturdy little house of bricks. And that's the end of the Three Little Pigs. Now we're going to put the pictures here that you see from the Three Little Pigs in the right sequence or the right order that they happened in the story. So what happened in the story first? First, we had a pig that had a house made out of what? Do you remember what that was? It was straw. So there's the straw. Let's put that first. And then there he is building his house, so that will be next. Let's see what happened then. Do you remember what happened? The wolf came and he tried to blow it down. So there it is. Did it blow down? It did. So here's the picture of the house of straw that blew down. Okay, so what happened next? After he blew the house down of straw, where did he go? They went to the next house, which was built out of what? It was built out of sticks. So let's put the sticks next. And then where's the house of sticks? So here's our house of sticks. Okay, so after the house of sticks was up, the wolf came. Let's move these around. The wolf came and tried to blow it down, didn't he? So let's see. Let's put this one next. We'll go this way. He tried to blow it down, and he did blow it down, didn't he? So here's the picture of the house of sticks blown down. So after he went to the house of sticks, where did he go? What did the last pig make their house out of? They made it out of bricks. So there's the bricks. And then we have the pig who made his house out of the bricks. So there he is. And then the wolf came, right? He came and tried to blow it down, but did he blow it down? He did not. So he climbed up in the chimney, and what happened? Oh, he landed in the fire. So there's the three little pigs at the end in their brick house. So that's the sequence or the order. So it starts here with the straw. They built the house, he blew it down. There it's blown down. Then the stick house is up. The wolf comes and blows it down. There's the the house blown down. Then the brick house, his house is built. The wolf tries to blow it down, but he goes through the chimney, doesn't he? And he lands in the fire. And then there the little pigs are in their house of bricks. Before our last story, I'd like to sing a song called Bananas Unite. And this is how it goes. We stand up and we start with a big long banana, because what we have to do before we have a banana, we peel it. And so it goes, peel bananas, peel bananas, peel bananas, peel bananas. Then we chop bananas, chop bananas, chop bananas, chop bananas. Then we mash bananas, mash bananas, mash bananas, mash bananas. Then we eat bananas, eat bananas, eat bananas, eat bananas. Then we go bananas. Little Red Riding Hood, retold by Burnett Ford, illustrated by Tom Knight. Once upon a time, a little girl lived with her mother at the edge of the forest. Everyone called her Little Red Riding Hood because her grandmother had made her a little red cape and hood, and she loved it. In fact, she never took it off. One sunny day, Little Red Riding Hood's mother handed her a basket full of baked goodies. "Take this basket to Grandma," said Mother. "She isn't feeling well, and these treats will help her make her feel better." "Yes, Mother, I will," said Little Red Riding Hood. "Now don't stop to talk to any strangers," said Mother. "And don't dilly-dally along the way." "No, Mother, I won't," said Little Red Riding Hood, and off she went. Now Red Riding Hood's grandmother lived all the way on the other side of the forest. It was a long walk, but there was a lot to look at along the way. There were birds and bunnies and chipmunks, and there were many lovely wildflowers. Little Red Riding Hood wished she could stop and smell the wildflowers beside the path, but she had promised her mother not to dilly-dally, so she hurried on. Before long, who should slink out of the woods but a big, bad, wicked old wolf. He stopped Red Riding Hood on the path. Since she had never seen a wolf before, she wasn't afraid. "Where are you going, Little Red Riding Hood? Why are you going so fast?" asked the wolf. "I'm on my way to Grandmother's house on the other side of the forest," said Little Red Riding Hood. She had forgotten her promise not to talk to any strangers. "I'm taking her this basket of goodies to help her feel better." "But there are so many flowers here," said the wolf. "I bet your grandmother would love a bouquet. You really ought to stop and pick a pretty bunch for her." "That's a great idea!" exclaimed Little Red Riding Hood. She set down her basket and began picking wildflowers. She had forgotten her promise not to dilly-dally along the way. The wolf already had a plan to have her for his lunch. As soon as Red Riding Hood stopped by the path, the wicked old wolf ran ahead to Grandma's cottage as fast as he could. Then he knocked on her door. "Who's there?" Grandma called from inside. The wolf answered in a voice as sweet as honey. "It's Little Red Riding Hood, Grandma. I've brought you a surprise." When Grandma opened the door, the wicked old wolf pounced. He swallowed her whole in one big gulp. Then he put on her glasses and night clothes and jumped into her bed. He pulled the covers up under his chin and waited for Little Red Riding Hood. Before too long, Little Red Riding Hood knocked on the door. "Who's there?" cried the wolf in a voice like Grandma's. "It's Little Red Riding Hood," she called. "I brought a surprise for you." "Open the door and come in, dear," said the wolf in his best grandmotherly voice. Little Red Riding Hood tiptoed into the cottage. Although it was a little dim inside, she could see that her grandmother looked a bit strange. "Why, Grandma, what big eyes you have," she said. "The better to see you with, my dear," said the wolf in a voice like her grandmother's. "And, Grandma, what big ears you have," said Red Riding Hood. "The better to hear you with, my dear," said the wolf in Grandma's voice. "And, Grandma, what big teeth you have," said Little Red Riding Hood. "The better to eat you with, my dear," snarled the wolf, and he jumped out of bed to pounce on Little Red Riding Hood. At that very moment, a strong young woodsman was passing by, and he heard the commotion. He broke down the door with his axe just in time to stop the wicked old wolf and knock him out. Then the woodsman zipped open his stomach, and there was Grandma, safe and sound. Little Red Riding Hood gave her grandmother a big hug. After they all had shared the baked goodies, the strong young woodsman took Little Red Riding Hood home to her mother. Red Riding Hood promised never ever to dilly-dally or talk to strangers again. And they all lived happily ever after. And that's the end of Little Red Riding Hood. Next, we're going to tell a little folk tale called Stone Soup up here on the board. So we've got our soup pot, and this is how the story goes. It goes, heat some water in a pot, add a stone you've scrubbed a lot, sprinkle pepper, salt, and herbs, let it boil undisturbed. Drop in carrots, onions too. Let the soup heat through and through. Stir in milk to make it sweet. Add potatoes for a treat. Toss in ham bones. Let it stew, let it bubble, let it brew. Taste the soup, and when it's done, share stone soup with everyone. Now it's time to say goodbye, and I have a little goodbye saying that we say. It's called "See you later, alligator." This is how it goes. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Give a hug, ladybug. Blow a kiss, jellyfish. See you soon, big baboon. Out the door, dinosaur. Take care, polar bear. Wave goodbye, butterfly. And then I have some new lyrics that some of the kids that have been here before might not know, but I found a few fun ones. I have toodaloo, kangaroo, adios, hippos, better shake, rattlesnake, gotta go, buffalo, be sweet, parakeet, gotta truck, baby duck, adieu, cockatoo, gotta scat, kitty cat, hit the trail, tiny snail, gonna scram, little lamb, can't stay, blue jay. Have to bail, big blue whale. Bye for now, big brown cow.